Hi guys, my name's Joel Langstaff, and today I'll be doing an introductory lesson on fingerstyle guitar. So, a lot of you, when you first learned guitar, you learned strumming technique using a pick typically, and you strum, which this style is very good, but and it's very useful, and a lot of different genres of music use strumming technique. But one way to expand the different sounds you can get out of your instrument and the different styles you can play is by using finger picking or fingerstyle guitar. And so a lot of the benefits of fingerstyle guitar is it can be used in, there's a lot of different styles that use it. For example, folk music, folk music, jazz, blues, bossa nova uses a lot, flamenco uses fingerstyle guitar, classical music. If you're playing classical guitar, you'll use fingerstyle technique, and so it expands what styles you can play, and it can change for the better the way you can play the guitar in your. It's just one more thing to add in your toolbox, and I really like fingerstyle guitar because I mean you can play a lot of different styles, but also it gives a cool color to your guitar, and it changes if you start learning fingerstyle guitar. It can change the way you view the guitar. You view the guitar and view playing chords on the guitar, whereas when you're strumming, you kind of see chords as set things in set positions. But if you play fingerstyle guitar, you can experiment more with hammer-ons and different voicings and changing single notes and adding open strings, and it's really cool, and it just creates for versatility and new sounds you can add into your songs. And let's see, some of the the basic technique of fingerstyle guitar is the left hand is very much the same as when you're just strumming. When you get into more advanced stuff, you'll start learning about hammer-ons and pull-offs and different different variations of chords you can do. But for now, just the technique, it's pretty much the same as when you're just strumming along. You won't change anything for now. Your right hand, however, this technique is very different from when you're strumming, beginning with the hand position. Now, I'll get my pick and show you kind of the good hand position for when you're strumming, just like this. And if you see my palm and my fingers are almost horizontal with the strings. And now this is really good for strumming because it gives you a lot of control. However, it is really bad for fingerstyle guitar, and I'm going to show you the proper hand placement for fingerstyle. When you're playing, just get out of the light so you can see a little better. When you're playing with your fingers, you want to, instead of having your palm horizontal, you want to have your palm coming down on the strings, and you want the tips of your fingers to be almost vertical with the strings. And this gives you a lot of efficiency in motion, and it also gives you a lot more finesse, a lot better touch than if you're playing from here. It's just a much better position for playing fingerstyle in. And it'll at first it'll feel kind of weird and feel wrong, and you'll be tempted to go like this because this is an easier first position. But if you kind of stick it out and do the proper position, then you'll get faster, you'll get more then eventually you'll get faster and you'll get more comfortable and you'll be able to play a lot. You'll be able to play a lot better than if you had just stuck with this. And so the plucking technique, as far as actually playing the strings, is a lot of the times when people first start learning fingerstyle, they tend to pluck upwards. And if you can hear, let's see, you hear I was demonstrating plucking upwards right there, and you hear this kind of sound of the string hitting the neck and kind of bouncing off the frets. Well, I don't like that sound, and that's not a very good sound. It's not a very, at least in my opinion, a very musical sound, and that comes from plucking upwards. And the way you really want to pluck is you want to pluck kind of across and up, but mostly you want to be focused on plucking through the string rather than pulling it up. So if you just think of playing through the string, then you'll be good. Yeah. Oh, and one more thing to say about hand position is, although you might be tempted to place your pinky on the guitar in order to stabilize, because when you're playing, when you're finger picking, a lot of the times your right hand feels kind of shaky and it feels like feels unstable. You want to put your pinky here to stabilize it. Do not do that. It limits your range of motion. It's not nearly as efficient or as a position, and you can't play stuff as musically. And it also limits you in that if you put your pinky on the guitar, you have one less finger to pluck the strings with. So just avoid putting your pinky on the guitar. Now it might not seem like such a big deal, but later on it's going to be you're going to be very glad if you do right technique, and you're going to be very limited in your playing if you start with the wrong technique. Okay, so enough about technique for now. Let's get to playing. So I'm going to show you some basic folk patterns. And folk is a great style to play on fingerstyle. You can also play folk strumming, but if you can do fingerstyle, it gives a bit more of a it's a bit more of an intimate kind of sound. It just gives. Personally, I really like when folk players play fingerstyle. I think it sounds really good and it really works with the style well. But there are a couple good folk patterns that I can show you. So I'm gonna do a D major chord. So you can see, and I'm going to do a D major chord, and the first pattern that I'm going to show you is just a simple arpeggio, and it goes like this. And then you can go. That's the ascending, and then you can ascending, and then you can do descending. So all that is you're plucking one string after another. So first you're plucking the open D string, then you're plucking the G string, then you're plucking the B string, then you're plucking the E string, then you're plucking the B string again, then you're plucking the G string, then you're plucking the open D string. So you're just going up and then coming down. So one more, I'll do it slowly this time, and I'll kind of turn this way so you can see and I'll move closer so you can see a bit more clearly what I'm doing with my hands. So that's a great pattern to use. It's very simple, and a lot of songs have that. And so you can keep the pattern the same. The right hand motion the same, and then you can change your left hand, you can change the chord, and you can create, you can play songs. So, for example, I'm going to do simple progression. Back up so you can see the full thing. So you can kind of see that. Oh man, this sun is annoying. So this is just simple progression. So I'm going to go. So you can change the chord, you can change the notes with your left hand while keeping the pattern the same, and that's something you can do if you're playing folk music. And another pattern you can use is a broken arpeggio. So how this first one goes is here. This one's a little tricky to learn at first, but once you get the hang of it, it's fine. So here I'll play it for you so you can see how it sounds. And so how that one goes is you're going to go every other string. You're going to pluck every other string. So you're going to pluck the D string, and you're going to pluck the B string. Here, I'll go closer. You're going to pluck the D string, and then you're going to pluck the B string. Then you're going to pluck the G string, then you're going to pluck the E string. So that goes. Sorry. And then another. Here, I'll show that to you slowly, actually. Sorry, wrong string. Okay, and another pattern that you can do is instead of going every other string, you're going to go kind of outside strings and then inside strings. So how that works is you do the two outsides. So you do the D string and the E string. The still keeping on the G chord, or sorry, D chord, D major. You're gonna go. Yeah. Wait. Yeah. So it's gonna be the two outside. And then you're gonna pluck the outside. You're gonna pluck outside, so D, then E, then G, then B. I'm talking about the strings, not the notes. So the D string, the E string, the G string, the B string. So fast that sounds like. And so now you have those three patterns that you can use to apply to any kind of folk tune or any other song that you want. And so now you know a little bit of basic fingerstyle. So I'll go over the patterns really quick. There's the arpeggio, ascending, descending. And then there's the broken arpeggio, or the broken chord. And then there's the outside and the outside inside. And you'll hear these patterns in a lot of different songs. And so now you can apply them to those songs, and you can learn new songs. And so now you have a new way to play the guitar. Thanks so much for watching. Thank you.